Last year in Canada, 7,328 people died of an overdose. That is 20 people in this country dying every single day. And every one of those people had a circle around them, people who loved them, who tried to help them, people who are missing them today. So today is International Overdose Awareness Day, and the theme this year is recognizing people in the crisis who go unseen, the family, the friends, the healthcare workers, the first responders. For a closer look at this issue, we are joined by Dr. Jennifer Wyman, the program lead of the Substance Use Service Clinic at Women's College Hospital. Good morning.
Good morning.
We were on the website this morning for Overdose Awareness Day, and it has this special section at the bottom, which is the tribute area. And I have to say, Doctor, the messages are heartbreaking. I'm going to read a couple of them to our viewers right now. Remembering my beloved grandson, Owen. He was the joy of my life. Love you forever. To my brother, who I miss every time I take a breath. Ryan made drawings, paintings, and writings. He composed, arranged, and played guitar with fervor and passion. He was funny, as he was brilliant, as annoying as he was adorable. What do you want people to know today about the impact of the overdose crisis in this country?
Thanks for the opportunity to talk about this. Those really are, they're heartbreaking. And I think what I want people to really recognize is that we're not just talking about statistics, we're talking about individuals. Each one of those people was a son or daughter, a parent, a sibling, a friend, and their loss is something that their families and friends don't recover from, ever. And it's really important for us to think about how we can support those who are here and how we can really take steps to try to reduce this toll and ridiculous loss of life. Let's
talk about an overdose, because it can look different in everybody. What are some signs that we can look for?
So we're mostly talking today about opioid overdoses, but it's important to recognize that when people are using drugs from the street supply, that often substances are mixed, and so it can be a little bit tricky to tell. But primarily when we think about an overdose, and an overdose that can be reversed, which is so important, we're thinking about opioids, and people will look very sleepy, but more than asleep where they can be roused, they look very sluggish. Breaths are often very slow and shallow. Sometimes there's a gurgling sound or a snoring sound. People can look blue around the lips or fingertips, or grayish, especially in people who have a darker skin tone to begin with.
So, doctor, calling 911 is the first thing to do if you suspect somebody's having an overdose. But then what can you do between the time that you make that call and the time that paramedics arrive?
Yeah, so you want to try to rouse that person. Don't just let them sleep it off, because as people are sleeping, the opioids are still working in the brain. They suppress what we call the respiratory drive, and that's why people's breathing slows down and can eventually stop. So trying to rouse people, to wake them up, sometimes with some sternal rubbing to get them going, turning them over into recovery position on their side. So that's to help to protect their airway. If people are trained to provide respiratory support, that's great. And then naloxone kits are so important, because they help to block those opioid receptors. They essentially sort of kick the opioids off the receptors, so they reverse an opioid overdose temporarily. People still need medical help, but they can help people to come to very quickly, and that's a life-saving intervention. You can think about it in a way almost like an EpiPen for someone who's having an anaphylactic reaction.
If you know or suspect somebody close to you is experiencing addiction, how can you best support them?
I think the main thing is to offer support. There's so much stigma that people with substance use face that makes it really hard for them to access care, because there's so much shame. And so helping people to talk about their support, letting them know that there are resources. In addition to things like naloxone, there are medications that can help to provide care for opioid use disorder and other types of substance use, and really recognizing that substance use is so commonly related to other mental health challenges, including trauma. So recognizing that people have their own stories and are on their own journey, and trying to help them access the care and supports that will be meaningful for them.
Just looking at those families there, the visuals that we were showing everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody is somebody's someone. Thanks for this, Dr. Wyman.
So true. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.